So what is mental strength really? It's a term we hear thrown around all the time, but actually understanding what it means and, more importantly, how you can build it, that can be a total game changer for how you navigate your life. So let's dive in and break it down.
I mean, have you ever really wondered about this? You see someone get hit with a major setback, something that would just crush most people, and they bounce back. Sometimes they even seem stronger than before. So what's their secret? Well, I can tell you, it's not magic, it's mental strength.
Okay, so let's get a clear definition here. Mental strength isn't about being some kind of robot, ignoring your feelings or pretending you're invincible. It's actually the opposite. It's about having the capacity to deal with all that stuff, the stress, the pressure, the challenges, and still perform at your best, no matter what's going on around you.
To really get this, let's think about it like we're building a house. What's the first, most absolutely crucial part? It's always the foundation, right? Well, for mental strength, that foundation is your mindset. It's all about your core beliefs about yourself and the world.
A really solid foundation rests on a few key mindsets. First off, mentally strong people, they move on. They don't waste precious time feeling sorry for themselves because they know that just keeps them stuck. They also refuse to burn energy on things they have zero control over. And this is a big one. They see failure not as the end, but as a chance to grow. It's just a data point. And finally, they don't have this sense that the world owes them anything, which actually frees them up to go out and create their own opportunities. The pattern here is really clear. It all comes down to ownership and focus.
And this right here, this shows the huge shift in thinking. For so many of us, a failure feels like hitting a brick wall, game over. But for someone who's mentally strong, that exact same brick wall is just a stepping stone. It's a lesson. It's information on how to build it better the next time around.
This is one of the most powerful habits, for sure. Think about it. Imagine your daily energy is like a phone battery. Now, would you plug it into something you have absolutely no control over, like traffic or what someone else thinks of you? Of course not. You'd save that power for the things you can actually influence. The choice seems simple, but man, it is not always easy to do.
Okay, so our foundation, our mindset is poured and solid. What's next when you're building a house? You start putting up the framework, and that's exactly what our actions are. It's how those internal beliefs start to show up in the real world.
Right? So this is where mental strength becomes something you can actually see. People with a strong mindset don't just think differently, they act differently. They tend to embrace change because they see opportunity, not a threat. They're kind and fair, yeah, but they are also not afraid to speak up. They'll take calculated risks because they know that real growth just doesn't happen when you're comfortable. But maybe one of the biggest tells? It's how they react when other people succeed. They actually, genuinely celebrate it.
So here's the bottom line on that. When you see someone else win, do you feel like the pie is shrinking, like there's less for you now? Or do you see it as proof that the pie is actually huge and there's plenty for everyone? That scarcity mindset, it just breeds resentment. But an abundance mindset, that fuels inspiration.
All right, we've got our foundation and we've got our framework. Now we need the roof, the walls, the stuff that protects the whole structure for the long haul. This is your endurance. These are the qualities that give you resilience for the long, messy, beautiful game of life.
Yeah, these traits are all about long-term durability. First, it's that simple, powerful grit, the refusal to give up after the first failure. Or the 10th. It's about playing the long game. Next, it's a quiet confidence that lets them actually enjoy their own company. They don't need constant validation from others, so being alone isn't scary. And maybe above all, it's the wisdom of patience. They just get that real, meaningful change doesn't happen overnight.
Let's just let that sink in for a second. In a world that is screaming for instant everything, right now, patience is a superpower. Mentally strong people understand that true growth is a marathon, not a sprint.
So, we've basically just blueprinted the entire structure, right? We've looked at the mindset, the actions, the endurance. Now the big question is, how do we put all this together into something you can actually start using, like today?
And here it is, the building plan. It's a progression. Step 1, it all starts inside. You build your foundation with your mindset. Step 2, you let that mindset show through your framework of actions. And step 3, you protect it all for the long term by fortifying your endurance, your resilience. It's a clear, powerful way to think about building your own mental fortitude.
And that brings us right here, to the end, which is really just a beginning, isn't it?
After everything we've just covered, I want to leave you with this one simple question. Forget about building the whole house at once. That's overwhelming. Just focus on one thing. What is the very first brick you're going to lay today?